this is even on another level. And the governors, the APC governors, and all that kind of thing are all they all know, they're all in it together.
Like
They know what is going
this
on.
whole thing, it says something about trust, breakdown of trust,
Mm-hmm,
and then the gap of
mm-hmm,
trust between the led and the leading. And he's right
mm-hmm,
about that, right? But then he started committing
mm-hmm.
the same offense that created that gap of trust by lying
Exactly.
again. And then
By
you wanted
lying
to be
again.
trusted, but you are just like, you just lied to people there by giving them nothing substantial, nothing to work with. But you want them
Yeah.
to take
So
it that way and trust you. How does that work?
and now, I'm sure the next bit now, the Oyo State government will come out and say, okay, all these houses that have been structurally damaged, because obviously there will be
They will
structural
demolish
damage.
them.
They have to demolish them now. Who is going to get compensation? Zilch. Nobody is getting no demolition compensation. So if you sweated all your life saving, or you borrowed money to build one of those
The
houses and
majority
all
of
that,
those who
what
live in that place, they are like old people per se.
yeah,
Those buildings are like buildings
old,
built in
yeah,
the
yeah, old
80s,
money,
90s.
old money. So
They are old
where
money.
are
That's
you?
what I wanted to say.
So where are you going to start? What are you going to say? Where are we going to start? But guess what? Most of those people that this thing touched, the Agbado people, we warned them. They were warned. All of them were warned. It's not a nice thing that life has to be lost, properties have to be destroyed, but they were all warned. They were saying, yeah, is this. See, from the last caller, from what he was saying, I believe that, listen, it's time for every group should put hands together and fight the common enemy. Because um, if we continue saying that this is Biafra, this is Tudua, this is obedient and all that, is all nonsense. We should just recognize the one enemy and just push them out. Then we decide what to do with
What do you think
ourselves.
I have been doing for the past 5 years? Trying to make people understand that we are all here right now because Nigeria
Yeah.
has failed us. You are
Mm,
revolutionary. This one is Biafran. You are also
mm,
Duduan. You are also this or
mm,
that. Whatever you say you are standing
mm.
for today, that is not in
Sorry.
status quo with what is readily available in Nigeria
Mhm.
today, means you don't agree with what is going on in Nigeria. Then why are you fighting yourselves with other people who don't agree? That's what I've
Exactly.
been doing
There's
for
no
the past
point.
5 years, making people understand
Yeah,
that
yeah.
we
There's
can,
no point insulting. Yeah, they will tell you. They will bring the bigots will bring the racial dimension to
tribal,
it.
ethnic, all that nonsense, religious.
Moibo. This one we say often man will be Yoruba man and all that kind of thing. So they can see the way they treated Igbo just because Igbo wanted to stand up for his people.
Yes.
Wanted to murder him. They didn't come to arrest him. They came to waste him that day. Only God knows. By the time he tells his story, we'll find out how he escaped. Same thing happened to Nnamdi Kanu. He escaped, but eventually, unfortunately, they got him in Kenya, and now he's sitting in one place and all that. So see, the governors we have, unfortunately, in the east are all corrupt. The leaders are all corrupt. They are not for the people. They are all just concerned about what will go into their pockets. They are looting and looting more and more and more. So that's just the reality. So it's just time for the people to stand up and then
Uh,
fight.
I
Yeah.
know. Thank you so much, Tom. All right. Let me take another one. Okay, as usual.
Okay. Take care.
Right. You've
Yeah,
added to this
yeah,
tonight. Thanks a lot. I have another caller on the line, and uh, what do you call it? Prince Jejeman is on the line. The
Yes,
prince.
yes, my good general. This
The
is Prince
prince.
Jajaman representing IPOB for live, Baba.
Live. How are you today, the
Yeah, Baba.
prince?
Yeah, I'm fine. Oh, I'm fine. And you and family?
Do you mind helping me to help me tell these brethren, right, to stop
Yeah.
their fight, over whether Mayegun they smoke Igbo or Mayegun no they smoke Igbo, and take a minute to go and like the video. Can you help me tell them? Can you go and like the video, right? At least that's something
Yes,
you should
so
do. The rest of whether Mayegun they smoke Igbo or Mayegun they drink what have you, right? At least
yes, so
that is not what we are doing here
yes,
right now. So
so
go like the video, please. So Prince
yes, so
Jejeman,
my people on
somebody
Temple
said,
of
where do
Truth.
you think
So,
he's getting the inspiration from? So you get inspiration from Igbo. Hey, I supposed to be
but
hypertension, eh? Go on.
Yes, so my people on Temple of Truth, as Mayegu was saying, Baba fella say Igbo they give blood, yeah. So make you that one no worry you, eh? When I go like go and share this
For those who haven't,
program today.
go on, man.
Yes, so I beg, do that, do so. This one our platform, now our own CNN be this and
This is ours.
BBC.
That's right.
Yes, so respect, Baba.
Thank you, man.
Baba, you see, we are always concerned on the security and property of our people. You know, because the government have failed their primary obligation to secure lives and property, and that's the reason why Nigerian citizens should know, both home and abroad, that they have no government. That is stamped. You see, my good general, the bomb issue that they call dynamite.
So
You know, there is something that was found at the crime scene. Yeah, the paper you were showing us.
yes, now
You understand? That paper, you know, should be in the hand of the security agent. You understand? But that paper was deliberately left for the civilians to have hold on it and they share it on social media. What I want to tell you, my good, that is a deliberate act to divert the evidence or distract the
like
evidence
it
of
is
what.
planted. Is that what your instinct tells you? Like
Yeah,
this whole thing
yes,
might have
yes,
been
but
planned, and then they can use all of these pieces of information to make it look
yes,
like
nah, nah, they just drop it there to confirm what the governor was saying. You understand? We are Biafrans now. We they know waiting they happen ahead. You understand? That's why we hate Nigeria with passion. See, Mayegu, you know, as we are speaking, you know, the other day, yesterday, you are telling us that they want to move, is it CBN or move Asorok
now, a few
to
days ago, they
Lagos.
said they are moving some operations down to Lagos to decongest CBN.
Baba Meka, tell you, you see, there's no smoke without fire. Them in Asorok there, they don't know say Kasala won't bust. You know when the terrorists Pantami, when he came and he's now donating money
the fundraiser for the terrorists in Nigeria. That's his new title.
For their fellow terrorists. Yes. All those things you see is just to distract people to see that, for people to say, they are also see how fighting on how they can do something about the terrorism going on. Now then them, I be no be so.
Them. Oh.
My Afghanistan is loading. Nigerian today, Afghanistan tomorrow. No only those where one no go know. Waiting on want my Kolu Ajaga bandit for Aso Rock. Releasing now the can in time for his own safety. So that if they want to turn Nigeria to Afghanistan, if Oduduwa raise their flag, Biafran go raise their flag. You go see somebody allies that will make your force to be strong. That is intel we are telling him. If he thinks that he will stay in Aso Rock there, these guys, they want what they couldn't achieve in 2022. Their time is running out on them. They feel that the nepotism of Kolunad, Jagabandit, that they are going to lose out completely. So it's better for them to strike early. This is what is going on. If he doesn't know how to beat his drum, it's on his own. Let them not come there, Asorok there, and slaughter him. And the Shetima is their ally or their gang. We take over. And they will overrun Asorok, overrun the whole
if something
Nigeria.
happens and he get killed, right?
Yes,
would the Yorubas even be able to kind of, I'm talking about the Abobakus that are here, right? Would they even be able to kind of stage any level of what do you call it, pressure, right? To say, okay, now this is it.
Baba, it will be too late.
With all this kind of bombing and all that, they will just tell you that don't worry, just drop bomb in Lagos, drop bomb in Ibadan, drop here and there. Everybody will run away. Nobody will come and say they want to defend. I'm getting your message. The prince.
You know, our guy from Liberia told you the other day.
Yes, sir.
That the only people that is proving stubborn to them, their Islamic agenda is the Eastern Nigeria.
Yes.
If you can remember, them in their subconsciousness, they believe that the average Yoruba is so much afraid. They hear gun, they will run away. Do you understand? That is what they believe. So the earlier the better. Now is good morning. Now that the light is still shining, let them start to pursue the black goat before Nigeria turns into Afghanistan. My good general, may the soul of those who they kill in Mizubet in December, all the innocent children and the women and the old men that they slaughter like ram in December, may their soul rest in peace, and may the soul of those that was involved in this bomb, our Yoruba brothers in your state, may their soul rest in peace.
Amen.
Please let nobody continue in this political correctness. Nigeria is gone and gone. Everybody should go back to their ethnic nation and defend it. Fulani, the agenda of Ruga, they are not stopping on it.
No. Prince
They are in our forest. They are in our forest. They are in the police now. They are in the army of Nigeria. You can't restructure Nigeria with all these foreign terrorists in our armed forces. No. It's quite obvious. Danger. Time bomb. Thank you, my good general.
God bless you.
God bless you.
Stay safe, okay? And you take it easy too. I have another caller on the line. And that is Osita. Osita.
One name.
Osita. One name.
Let me. Yeah.
So I'm no longer one name the number. You told me that one is the biggest.
So no, that's the biggest. Again? Now one name the number. That is the biggest. No any other one can be bigger than that.
Okay.
You know,
undermine
that you undermine that you are from Southwest and I'm from Southeast, but you are my brother.
That's right. That's
you
right.
are my brother.
God bless you.
And you will always be my brother.
I believe. Thanks so much.
Baba. Even no matter the differences, but you will always be my brother because you've always stand in the position of truth.
I will.
You know, believe me, it's disheartening that till now, the federal government led by the Ragamuvian Tunumbu, that federal government has not been able to tell us what happened in Ibadan. How many people died in Ibadan?
No.
If not for that thing happened in a city, number one, and number two, if people are no longer watching, if people are not watching, they will have killed that news, just the way they kill several news of things that are happening, both in the Southwest, in the North, even in the Southeast. They are even the South, whatever they call themselves. They try to suppress all this news because the reason they are suppressing all this news is for them to go outside there and borrow money.
Because normally it's not what you think. It's not what you think. It's not that bad.
Yeah, because normally no one is going to borrow you money when they know you are in chaos. Afghanistan can't go to any place and borrow money.
I don't think so.
Yeah. So in order to suppress it, in order for them to borrow money so that they can consume the money and share within themselves like they've been sharing, they need to suppress the news. They are not suppressing that news because of anything. They are only suppressing that news just because of their tummy, their belly. They want to go and borrow money, which they are going to share among themselves. Trust me. People are dying that we don't. Even I heard one that happened in Lagos. My friend told me about it, that they kidnapped in Lagos.
Yes, now. I heard that one is on Bagada Expressway. Is that the same
Thank
one?
you very much.
It happened now. Now they have to pay ransom. I don't know why I didn't cover that, by the way. But there's so many. There's just too many.
They suppressed the news. You can see what is happening in Nigeria, in the contraption. People are crying. People are hungry. The president and the vice president, I mean, the president and the Senate president was nowhere to be found until Kohari book launch or whatever, whosoever, I mean, what's his name?
Femi Okponu Adesina.
Okponu.
FOA.
Until Okponu. Yes, until Okponu wrote his jargons. That was when we now saw the president. The person that I remember I told you that Tinubu will only be able to govern some part of Nigeria and not all part of Nigeria.
You did say that.
Have you seen a sitting president, age-wise, Tinubu and Buhari, if they are not mates, he is older than Buhari. In thieving money, I know that Tinubu, Buhari stole a lot of money, but Tinubu stole more.
I think Buhari stole money. Tinubu actually stole generations, not
generation.
Money. He stole destiny of generations.
Yes.
Long after he's dead, generations will still.
So I do not see the reason why, till now, Tinubu is still thanking Buhari. He's bowing down to Buhari. He couldn't even stand up, stand upright to shake Buhari's hand. He was bending. He was nearly kneeling down for Buhari.
He could kiss his shoes.
He could kiss his shoes. And I was telling somebody that either we like it or not, we were all deceived by Buhari's antics, thinking that he didn't plan this thing from time. He stood by it. It is him that put Tinubu there. It is him, nobody.
At least he allowed it to happen. He pretended, they were doing, you know what they were doing, right? But eventually, he allowed it to happen. Some people still said that even if he didn't allow it to happen, there's no much of Tinubu's antics that cannot be crushed in 24 hours. And just like that,
that's the
it
truth.
will be history.
So you will see the way he still beckons, the way he still kneels down for him. He could kiss his shoe, kiss his ring, for all he cares. So
you know what somebody told me, Osita, because you now mentioned this, right? Somebody told me that when Tinubu said what money cannot do, more money will do it. He believed he could get all those institutions bought. The men handling them, even their successor. It was so well arranged, Osita, that if Buhari started sacking some of the head of some major agencies and ministry and all of that, right? It will need to sack up to maybe about 7 levels. What's that? Is that you, Osita?
No, I dropped it.
Oh, is that okay? Sorry. So they said that Buhari will need to sack like about 7 people. You know, if you sack this one, you put another one there. They will need to sack that one too. Then you put another one. They will need to sack that one too. Because Tinubu has bought up to the 10 role successors. So you get. But they said Tinubu was still very much scared. You know why he was scared, Osita? You see this issue of a drug forfeiture of money. This issue of a forgery, perjury. They said Tinubu was praying that all his enemies who are doing everything within the villa to stop him, right? He was praying that he prayed that they should not tell Buhari the power of arresting him. You know, all they have to do is just to say, Tinubu has been arrested. Breaking news. What? APC presidential aspirant has been arrested today because of his involvement in drug dealing, trafficking, and perjury. That's it. That one, money no fi buy am. Tinubu will be finished. So they said all that period that you are seeing Tinubu peeing himself and all of that, his greatest worry and fear was for Buhari to get him arrested. But some people will tell you today, they're not born and well. He didn't do it. So now, we cannot find out if they're born and well or they're not born and well. So just corroborating your this so that Buhari allowed it to happen. Here you get.
Yes.
And
so
maybe
now,
that is why Tinubu will kind of kiss his feet for as long as possible.
Exactly. Yes. So now you now look at it. The one that is the Prime Minister of the Federal Capital Territory. He's somewhere dancing, and people are being kidnapped People are being kidnapped in his region.
In Abuja, now.
In Abuja, he's there dancing. Then you go to Lagos, which is the financial capital of the contraption. Sanwo-Olu is there dancing. Then you go to Ebonyi State. The guy in Ebonyi State
is also dancing.
Is there dancing. Then you begin to wonder, what kind of people did you put in position of power, or the people who are occupying those positions of power? Then you find out that these people don't care about their people one bit.
No.
They don't care. And that is one thing I want people to understand, that for the fact they don't care about you, it is hard time you begin to care about yourself. Anybody born of a woman in that contraption, born of a woman, whoever thinks that Nigeria will come better, I tell you, you are wrong. In London, I was opportune to sit down with Hope Uzodinma when I was when I was still living in London. And he said, those are his words, that Nigeria can never be good. Those are his words. That's the word of a politician, is not my word.
Abechi said the same thing, and it's on recorded. He said Nigeria can never be better.
So
he said
when
it, and he was a
says
minister.
It, Abechi says it, a lot of them says it. Who are we to think that Nigeria can be better? Who are we?
Not even what they say. Look at what they have been doing. Look at the results today. So where do you get the impression that Nigeria is going to be better when the people who are supposed to make it better are doing everything to destroy it, and you are seeing them, but you're still hoping that it's going to be better?
Each day you wake up, each day you wake up, one propaganda will come up. They will tell you, they will tell you, but this is no longer a Emefiele that is trending now. It is Betty Edu that is trending. Better Edu that is trending. I tell people, don't join them in their charade of news that they will tell you that better this person this. If you really want to be plain and truthful to the people whom you are leading, you have to bring these people out so that they can stand before the judges. I mean, the lawyers will prosecute them, ask them questions, and they will answer those questions to the best of their knowledge.
Yes.
They will know that you are fighting corruption. But if it is when you go to court under 15 minutes, what I tell people that what the judges they use in Nigeria is magic wand. They hit their magic wand on the table and tell you that after 15 minutes, case adjourned. And you will see people online. People will be burying themselves, cursing themselves over news that are not true. As far as I'm concerned, because you've not been able to prosecute any of those people before a public hearing, trust me, all the things you are saying are all lies. I don't buy any of those things.
Osita.
So this is where we are. Please, I am begging. The only solution that we have is that we'll have to join forces together.
Yes.
It is not a crusade for one person.
It is not a competition. It shouldn't even be a competition. Did we not agree to that on this platform, Osita? That the struggle to liberate ourselves from every part and whatever you believe in, do not see it as a competition, except if you are doing it for yourself.
Thank you very much, my brother.
God bless you, Osita. You have a good one, okay? So let me take this as well. I am still very much, the house is still pretty much full, right? A lot of us are still there on YouTube. And, but I don't know why your like is not counting. Like we could barely have 1,000 of us so far that has really liked the video, okay? If you have done it, don't do it again. Or if you haven't, I'm reminding you. And I have here the African Wahala. Brother, sir.
Yes, my brother.
How are you?
Good evening. I'm fine, thank you.
God bless you, Baba.
Yes, it's always a pleasure to call in. Honestly, sometimes I don't even have anything to say, but I just want to be a part of the show and continue to give you encouragement.
Thanks, man.
And as usual, thank you for your great works, for your consistency. salute to you, my brother.
Thank you very much. The African Wahala, Baba.
Yes, sir. So let me maybe, in fact, let me talk to my Niger people. You saw that video that you shared where the police guys went to arrest that guy went to kidnap that guy in the
state broadcasting network.
Yes. You see, you said something right after that. Man, if you were in Nigeria, you wouldn't survive.
No.
I'm telling you, brother.
I question myself like, how did I survive 28 years of my life in Nigeria, right? And possibly taught me what I know that prepared me for period like this, right? But sometimes I just look back and be like, Baba, how did I survive? Like, would I survive straight 10 years again in Nigeria if I ended up being there? I don't think so, Baba. I don't.
The thing is, people conform, they adapt to their environment. And when the environment forces you to be a slave, then they will become slaves. And that's why a lot of the Nigerians today, when we tell them that, man, when we show them how angry we are, we that have run away from the evil contraption, they don't understand because they have adapted to the slavery. Right? Well, I'm going to say that, honestly, with my own level of exposure in life, and I'm not saying I'm the most exposed person, I have a lot to learn. But the little exposure that I have, boy, if I'm in Nigeria, man, I can't even, man, no way I'm surviving. I would have to run away to bed.
Me, where they argue with local government chairman.
This was I go don't run. I go don't go Ghana.
Last, I go don't find somewhere run to, because it's either they would have put me in jail, kill me, or I don't know, like a lot would have happened, because I've always been like this. So for those of you who probably joined me recently, I've shared these stories many times, right? The Africa Wahala. I don't cause trouble inside the local government chairman office when I was the PRO of National Youth. What's it with this again itself? National Youth something NYCN. It's called NYCN. The Nigerian youth, whatever. Anyway, so I was their PRO for my local government then, right? And that was about 14 years ago. That's a while, right? So in my usual way, I just go talk, say, on a party government that they do for this place. These guys are just there to just share money because of what I saw. PRO of my NYCN. They have too many abbreviations about these names in Nigeria, right? So
fake organizations.
You get, I became aware what they do in local government, right? Baba, they know they do anything for local government to it's just share the money. If the chairman is generous, right? Party members and all of them, every Friday, they have to come into the local government. Everybody, every group, all of them. And that same Friday, right? The accountant of the local government will go to the bank, okay? And go and cash some money out. It may be, back then, I have seen them cash out 5 million naira cash like this inside bag. And they are bagging the money for everybody where they wait 2 p.m. in the afternoon. Now, wait till I saw that too. And I was like, now party government, they are running here. I put them on Facebook. Chairman said, you should go and call me. So if I remain in Nigeria, they would either have killed me, they would have jailed me, I probably wouldn't have a family. My wife would have abandoned me, because around that, I would still be poor. And everybody would be saying, you this man, what is your problem? Is that I've been killed, or somehow I would have probably ended up, I will still end up in the diaspora eventually. So that's why I said 10 years, spending 10 years in Nigeria now, nowhere to go to, nowhere to anything, Baba, they go kill me. Or I will just die slowly, like, I can't survive it.
It's unfortunate. I'm on Nigeria, brother. You see, in fact, I not take too much time, because I know people see the text for me now. My advice to you guys that are still in Nigeria, okay, I know some can't leave and some want to leave, but they haven't had the opportunity yet. While you're still in the contraption, number one, realize that you are not in a country. It's my advice for you. I understand many of you are not going to take that advice if you come across this video in the future, because that's just the nature of people. Realize that you are not in a country. There is no nation, there is no statehood, there is no country. And number two, realize that you are your own government. I mean, the proof is in the pudding. You already provide everything for yourself, from basic amenities water, electricity. You get nothing in return for being in a so-called Nigeria. So if you can have that mentality, it will help you a long way. And that's why people like me, even before I left Nigeria, I already had that mindset that anything I'm doing here is just to take advantage of what can help me to escape from this system. That's it. Because this system was created to destroy our lives, period. And I know many people are going to disagree because they've made billions from the wicked system. It's the same way, even if you go to countries. I mean, if you go to Afghanistan, if you go to Somalia, if you go to Iraq, there are billionaires. There are people in those countries that are comfortable. Exactly. And even if you go to some wealthy countries of the world, Saudi Arabia, you go to Luxembourg in Europe, there are poor people there as well. Right. So if you are bringing that excuse to me and telling me that, oh, but kidnappings happen in America too, Baba, we know. Okay, even in Luxembourg, kidnappings happen. It might be once every 10 years, it happens. So yeah, I just hope I pass the message across to the people. So realize you're not
for terrorists that kidnap people to collect ransom and happily be spending the ransom. That will never happen. And that is what that's why
no, that will never happen.
You know what I mean? The African Wahala.
Yes.
Baba, you've always been there.
Thank you. Thank you.
I appreciate you, man. So thank you so much. All right. For contributing.
Yes, sir. I appreciate you too, my brother.
To this platform always. So stay safe, okay? I'm going to take my last call now. I believe this is a call coming from somewhere in Asia, if I am not wrong. Hello.
Yes, yes, Mr. Mayegu. This is Prince calling from Qatar.
Prince this from
is
Qatar. Is that right?
Yes, please.
How are you today,
yes,
Prince? I think you probably are already in the following day. What time is it in Qatar now, sir?
This is 1:51.
Oh dear, 1:51 a.m.
Yeah, that's the midnight. Yes,
it is.
Yes,
I won't keep you up too much longer. So go on, Prince.
Yes, I'm sorry to have been able to get through.
Well,
this is
I'm
actually
happy
the first time caller.
Right? Go on.
Yes, actually, I made the effort to call you yesterday in your program, but I couldn't. Sorry. Basically, I am calling to remind Nigerians about what the late Mr. Melema, the former CBN governor, said. That these terrorists, their agenda was, when they are done with the people in the rural area, the second phase is to face the people in urban area.
See,
so now,
was that not Obadia?
The bombing, yes.
Go on, sir.
Now, the kidnapping in Abuja yesterday is a typical manifestation of that settlement. Now they are almost done with people in rural area. Now they are coming for people in urban area. And let me remind Nigerians that what is happening in Nigeria is like tsunami. If you think it won't get to you today, with time it will get to you.
It will.
Now, these high and mighty people, the high class who think they are secured in Abuja, Abuja is like the safe haven. It is only with time they will get to know that in Nigeria there's no safe place. And the problem with Nigerians in general is that they forget too soon. Whatever happened, just like what happened yesterday in Ibadan, or today rather.
Yeah, and yesterday.
Within two or three days. Yes. Within 2 or 3 days now, everybody will forget about it and move on.
That is the one that
before you know it, they will be shouting, how did we get here? How did we get here? How did we get here? So, my good, I want to stop here. But what I want to say in general is that, just like our leader Nangan said, kill Nigeria before it kills you. I don't know why at this point in time, anybody, any same person will still be supporting one Nigeria. Since the beginning of Nigeria, things has continued to worsen year after year, regime after regime. I wouldn't know why anybody is still nursing the hope.
You know what somebody told me, Prince? Somebody said, part of the lies we tell ourselves was that, is that Nigeria used to be fine, to be better. Nigeria was never better. People were just comparing.
Better.
About in the 70s, Felao, Oliver de Coco, what is that guy? This guy's name, Oris Milikio. Give me some of these guys' name back in the 70s and 80s who were singing about hardship, corruption, insecurity, poverty, as far back as the 70s.
Suffering and Smiling by Fela. When was it? Many musicians of old.
That one was
There's
like
one popular
last song in the 80s. Oh, Suffering and Smiling.
Oh, yeah, in the same 80s, there was one popular woman, I think early 90s. He said, Nigeria, God is a mother. It's an Igbo song. It means, will Nigeria ever become better again? That was in the late 80s.
Okosun is dead now. God knows how many albums he released on this better Nigeria, good Nigeria. Before he died, he knows see better Nigeria.
Oh, the greater enemies of Nigerians are the religious leaders. They have continued to give people false hope. They have continued to tell people lies. Every year, new year, they will give people prophecy that Nigeria will be great, that this is your year. I will stop here. But the thing I want every Nigerian to know is that there is no better days ahead. The more you continue to support Nigeria, it's like tsunami. The survivors of yesterday will be the victim of tomorrow. So if you think because you are better off today, then you are telling people to continue to pray for Nigeria, that Nigeria is our country, that God will bless Nigeria, that Nigeria will be great again. Tomorrow it might be your turn. Thank you, Mayegun. Continue
God bless
good work.
you, Prince. Thank you so much. Okay, you have a wonderful night. All right. I know I've kept you up late already, but again, I appreciate this. Okay, you have a good one, sir. That's a Prince there from Qatar, and he's my last caller tonight. Right. So, and I'm going to leave you all with this. If you hear something or see something, say something, because if you decide to keep your mouth shut, because whatever you say may affect the people that you know who are in government and all of that nonsense that some people use as excuses. When the consequences of this whole conspiracy against Nigerians see, when they bash at your door, you may not live to tell this story. Even though you might tell yourselves now that, what do you want us to then do? No. You know what to do. It is how to do it that scares you. I promise you, keep holding on, keep hanging on, even if you don't want to. You see this Nigeria, it will force all of us to fight. The question is, when? And the answer is soon. Thank you very much for spending your evening with me again, right? And I hope I have been able to kind of present to you, lay it bare to all of you, all I believe you should know. Among other things, you probably have already, you already know. Before we become a victim of the conspiracy of the criminals who are hiding a lot from us, simply because they want you to believe that letting everybody know what is really going on is tantamount to saying that Nigeria should indeed break up. Of course, Nigeria is killing us. The system is murdering us, massacring us. The system has already, the politicians they have already divided us. So what else is really left in Nigeria that is serving the interest of the common man without any bias? Absolute nothing, except for the criminals, the minute few who are benefiting from the rods. So before you become the next victim, which I don't know what the circumstance is going to be, or what kind of victim are you going to be, just know this. Whether you are ready or not, right? If you live long enough, you are going to join us in fighting this out. Even though if you don't know how, I may not know how too. I just know sooner or later, the actions and inactions of these criminals, they are going to push us over the cliff. And to save or to be saved, you must be ready to lose that life. to have it. They say to have your life, you must be willing to lose it. Now, that you probably will think it's a choice now. A time is coming, it won't be a choice. It will be the only choice. Fight back or die trying. I'll leave you with that. Think of it. Good night from here. Do not go without dropping that your offering. And then maybe you should set up set your notification to on. You won't want to miss again Mayegun's next episode. Thank you. Meanwhile, I was supposed to kind of do my fundraiser tonight, but it seems that the time is completely out of us. So if you come across this and still see that link, right? As the Spirit directed, also as the Spirit directs, you can always reach out. So thank you and good night.
Mayegun làwa mọ̀ làmọ̀ tó dòdòdò. Mayegun Diary Nayibi #1. Mayegun làwa mọ̀ làmọ̀ tó dòdòdò. Mayegun Diary Nayibi #1. Mayegun ti dé o ọ̀rẹ́ ará ìlú. Mayegun Diary Nayibi #1. Lórí Facebook lórí YouTube. Mayegun Diary Nayibi #1. Gbogbo bó ṣe ń lọ ni Mayegun já wa sí. Mayegun Diary Nayibi #1. Àṣírí ọ̀jẹ̀lú kì í bò níbẹ̀ o. Mayegun Diary Nayibi #1. Bó bá ṣe eré àní Mayegun máa wí. Mayegun Diary Nayibi #1. Ó sì tún ṣe eré wàá gbọ́ níbẹ̀ o. Mayegun Diary Nayibi #1. Mayegun Diary political. Mayegun Diary Nayibi #1. Godfatherism kò sí lọ́rọ̀ Mayegun. Mayegun Diary Nayibi #1. Ẹ farabalẹ̀ sẹ́ o kẹgọ́rọ̀ lẹ́nu o. Mayegun Diary Nayibi #1. Àní Mayegun làwa mọ̀ tó dòdòdò. Mayegun Diary Nayibi #1. Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Mayegun ti dé. Mayegun ti dé. Ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Mayegun ti dé. Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Mayegun ti dé. Lórí Facebook. Mayegun ti dé. Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Mayegun ti dé. Lórí YouTube. Mayegun ti dé. Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Mayegun ti dé. Bọ́ bàbá gbé wúrẹ́. Mayegun máa wí. Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Mayegun ti dé. Ijó ìgbádìyẹ. Mayegun máa wí. Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Mayegun ti dé. Pẹ̀sìdó bá rúfin o. Mayegun máa wí. Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Mayegun ti dé. Gómìnà kówó jẹ. Mayegun máa wí. Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Mayegun ti dé. Ọlọ́pàá ti ń darí bá. Mayegun máa wí. Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Mayegun ti dé. Aṣòfin tí ń rúfin o. Mayegun máa wí. Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Mayegun ti dé. Òpùrọ́ olóṣèlú. Mayegun máa wí. Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Mayegun ti dé. Ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Mayegun ti dé. Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Mayegun ti dé. Mayegun ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Mayegun ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Ṣùgbọ́n ní bá ti ṣe èyí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe, ọmọ bá dèrò ní fi wọ́n níran o. Mayegun ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Mayegun ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Ṣùgbọ́n ní bá ti ṣe èyí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe, ọmọ bá dèrò ní fi wọ́n níran. wọ́n fowó bẹ́ẹ̀ o Máyégún ó sọ pé wọ́n ò bẹ́ẹ̀ wọ́n fowó bẹ́ẹ̀ Máyégún ó sọ pé wọ́n ò bẹ́ẹ̀ oníkan ṣáàtì ṣe èyí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe fáwọn ará ìlú tó gbé wọn débẹ̀ o àyè.
Máyégún ti dé gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀ súnra kì. Máyégún ti dé gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀ súnra kì. ṣùgbọ́n ní má ti ṣe yìí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe ọmọ bá dẹ́rọ̀ ò ní fi wọ́n níran.
ha kì máa yí ṣe eré ọ̀rọ̀ yìí kì í ṣe ẹ̀fẹ̀ kì máa yí ṣe eré ọ̀rọ̀ yìí kì í ṣe ẹ̀fẹ̀ ẹni bá ti lè lẹ́bọ̀ lẹ́rù o ọmọ bá dèrò kàṣà ìtú wọn síta.
Máyégún ti dé gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀ súnra kì. Máyégún ti dé gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀ súnra kì. ṣùgbọ́n ní bá ti ṣe yìí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe ọmọ bá dẹ́rọ̀ ò ní fi wọ́n níran.
tẹnitẹni ọmọ Máyégún ọ̀rẹ́ ara ìlú mọ̀mọ́ ni mo fọlọ́hún sọ ẹ̀ bá kìlẹ́bù lóòótọ́ olódodo ìlú ọ̀tá ìlú mọ̀mọ́ ni ìwọ ṣá máa ń ṣọ́ra kò sì mọ́ bẹ̀rù bọ́tà ń lè rí bóníṣègùn lé káwọn mọ̀mọ́ fi ṣera wọn ni ó ti dẹrùn tí wọn ò gbọ́dọ̀ sì mọ́ bẹ̀. èèpo ọ̀gọ̀ lọmọ bá dérò tàjẹ́ ò gbọ́dọ̀ jẹ́ ó ti jọba lórí àbínú ẹni kò sì mọ́ bùyà àìsíwọ́lu ní ẹnìkẹ́ ìgbódì ẹyin lábàrá o ó kó ẹni tó bá dán o ákàmù. Máyégún ti dé gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀ túnra kì. Máyégún ti dé gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀ túnra kì o ẹni bá ti ṣe yìí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe ọmọ bá dèrò òní fi wọ́n níran o.
Máyégún ti dé gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀ súnra kì.